Yeah, I'm a nervous wreck every single time I do this. All right, so welcome back to the Hidden Sound Podcast. I'm your host, Say Nave or Bryant, whatever, and this is my host, Bradwick.
Episode 4. We made it to 4 and still
we're still
freaking
here.
about technology, but somehow we're doing it.
We're still here.
Yeah.
So, all right, this week we're talking. We said we were going to talk Jujutsu Kaisen, but then we realized the finale does not happen until next week. So
we were trying to cram the entire series, and I'm thinking it was going to end like today or yesterday or something. You're like, no, it's next week. I was like, all right. Well, it's like we won't watch all of it now. We won't have to worry about it, like cramming everything in.
But I'm very happy.
Yes.
Because I have to watch the movie, and I apparently have to start. Anyway, it's a whole thing. Anyway, we're doing Jump Festa, and we're doing starter animes today. So I think I'll start putting the time codes into the description so people can jump ahead if they want to get to any part of the show. But before we do that, I'm going to do a new section called Comment Watch.
You were fighting all these commenters all week. I'm at work, like looking at him, like, man, he's sure answering everybody on this.
No, most people were cool. So most comments were cool. There were one or two that I was looking at and thinking, why? So the best two comments are, I'll give you the best and the worst comment.
Okay.
The best comment was about how you feel in regards to Hinata in Naruto.
Yeah.
And they were talking about, the best couple was Naruto and Sasuke. They're gay icons, and they were just too afraid to do it. And I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
The worst comment, and this is probably the comment I see every week, is you didn't watch the series.
You didn't watch the series.
You didn't watch the series. You don't watch the series, and I'm like, I've seen the show at least 3 times. Well, the original series I've probably seen 4, and Shippuden I've seen 3 times, and except for the Great War, which I've seen once, but I refuse to watch that again.
Never watch that.
It's trash. So that's Comment Watch. So every week I think I'm gonna find a good comment and just talk about it. But Naruto and Sasuke, gay icons, totally true.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the one that got a lot of traction was the kunai and the shuriken, and what was like, because we were asking if when is a kunai or a shuriken ever worked, and I think people weren't really some folks weren't getting the point. It's like, yeah, it did work, and I think somebody said it only worked on characters that didn't matter, or like NPCs in a way.
Yeah,
and it was like, but our point was basically saying it's not utilized as well as it once was in part 1. I think that was the point that we were trying to make, but people were actually giving us instances when we were like, I was like, yeah, I guess it did work on a few occasions, but I think the main point was like, we kind of wanted to see more of that, have be more of a prominent use in a battle.
Yeah, like, what's the 4th Hokage?
Minato. Yeah.
Minato. If he uses a kunai, it doesn't count. It's a magic kunai. It helps him teleport. That's not what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
We're talking about just hand-to-hand combat. There were a couple good examples. The Obito one, that was pretty cool. But like every other one, and then the Zabuza one. But for the most part, all kunai use is for NPCs, and then just to add to the action. They don't really have a purpose. But
and it did work well. So we don't forget to add this. It did work well, kind of cool when it came to when they were fighting Kaguya and Kakashi and Obito were trying to switch or whatever, and that's when it kind of worked then. So that was pretty cool. But again, I don't want to rehash the same point, but it's like we kind of wish the weapons were better used,
right? As
opposed to Tintin only doing it and losing,
right? Exactly. Exactly. But anyway, so the first So every single week I'm gonna bring those comments. I think they're hilarious. If it's too spicy, I don't respond, but the fun ones I'll get entangled with. All right, so the first big topic is Jump Festa. So Jump Festa is like the big anime convention that happens every year in Japan. What I found out was that they just started doing English dubs like in real time. Yeah. So before they would have it, and then the only way we would get news is if people who are bilingual would kind of come back and give us some news.
Right.
But now they do them. I think last year too. They actually have them in English. So
okay.
As opposed to waiting, everyone's getting the updates immediately, and there were a lot of big updates that happened. So we're going. I have them listed out here, and we can either go through what I think you like the most, what you think will be the biggest stuff first, or we can do the smallest stuff first.
Let's start with the One Piece one, because we talked about Chainsaw Man last week, so maybe we can start with One Piece for a second. So basically, the big news with One Piece is that Netflix announced an anime remake, and it's going to be called The One Piece, which I kind of like the name, so it can differentiate itself from the original series. But this one is going to be produced by Wit Studio, which has done Spy Family, the first 3 seasons of Attack on Titan, and Ranking of Kings. And so that's interesting, because right now the current, and now you can say like OG One Piece, which premiered in 1999, is done by Toei Animation.
Yeah.
And what surprised me was that Toei Animation is going to be collaborating with Netflix and with Studio on the project.
I'm like, nope.
Yeah, and it's I'm like, okay. And so, and then the statement, Netflix said that the One Piece, quote, the One Piece hopes to provide viewers with a fresh yet familiar experience, utilizing cutting-edge visual technology to reimagine Luffy's adventures through the beloved East Blue Saga. So the first saga of the series that you've already seen.
Still on.
No, you finished it, because you're in Alabasta.
I'm in Alabasta, okay.
No release date. There's no release date, and it's currently in production.
Right. What do you think about it? I've seen... This is almost as divisive as the Attack on Titan finale.
I think it's a great idea, but not now, because the current anime is still going, and so basically you're gonna have people so you have 3 different ways to consume One Piece: the manga, One Piece, and the One Piece. And it was like, okay, where is this gonna put the current series? Because the current series is gonna keep going for a while. They're on the final saga.
So they say.
They called it the final saga. And so who knows when that's going to be finished. And then how long is the One Piece going to go?
Are you going to watch it?
Yeah. Absolutely. And the issue is Toei Animation. It's been fans have not been they haven't been happy with Toei, because the animation has been bad, the pacing has been bad.
Wait, in the new season, the animation is bad.
Where One Piece has been for the past few years, definitely like since the time skip, the arcs have been so much longer, like 100 episodes plus. So the pacing has been bad. You can tell the animation isn't all that right, because they keep going week to week to week to week to week. And it's like, now anime's changing where it's a lot more seasonal, and you can put a lot more work in the animation and directing and everything like that. So a lot of people aren't really happy with Toei Animation, and they should have gone seasonal to begin with. So I think people are I'm happy with it. I kind of wish they did this when the series is done.
Yeah.
Because now we have 2 different series. Okay, who's gonna voice act? Because there's been no casting announcements, because the person who plays Luffy, she's 68 years old. and everybody else is like in their late 50s, like some people have been there since for like 20 something years. Like, how do they want to keep doing this for a long time? Because if you get a new voice actor for Luffy, that kind of changes it for a lot of people, because it's so it's going to be a different voice. So, but to get you involved in the conversation real quick, because you haven't seen everything yet.
Episode 80.
Yeah.
Episode 80.
Do you think we're for the big 3, so like One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach, should they adopt this kind of style? Because One Piece, they're doing their final arc currently.
Yeah.
Should they go back and reanimate and redo their series for pacing issues and better animation throughout their sagas?
As someone who's just started the series, I would have started with that first if the show was already over, or if they did a Hunter x Hunter thing and it was like on hiatus and they were like starting over.
Right.
And so one of the responses I saw was they're doing this too late. Like it's currently a popular series, and it's in the final arc. Yeah. It might be too late to start this, but the first 80 episodes are like it drags. The whole thing drags.
It gets worse. In part 2, it gets a lot worse.
Yeah,
and people are kind of annoyed with it, and it takes a lot of time to like get to like the big moments.
Yep.
So, because I think Naruto, they should be already doing this.
Yeah.
For part 1, I think they had a project
because it's done, and it. But so Naruto is finished, and people think it could have been done better, right?
Right.
Whereas One Piece, I mean, it's just a streamlined story, but people who read the manga are like, it's the story's already solid.
Yeah, and this is why it's so hard for One Piece, like, determining how long it's gonna be, because each saga can be its own season, because they change clothes.
That part,
and so they're very different from each other. Well, like Naruto and Bleach, in a way, they can kind of like arcs can kind of blend in with each other because that's how they just told the story. Yeah. One Piece, there are different sagas. They wear different clothes. They're totally different new characters. That's
pretty cool, man.
It is pretty cool. So it's like now they're on their 11th saga.
So here's why I would watch it, because Studio Wit is doing it.
Oh yeah,
and so also, side note, I see Mappa's whole game plan. Mm-hmm. They're like, we're gonna take whatever Studio Wit starts.
It's like, come on over.
Attack on Titan, Vinland Saga. I'm just like, yo, Mappa. I'm like, I see.
Yeah, Mappa.
I see your game plan. I see what you're doing here. Whatever Studio Wit has, I have to do a 4D.
We're gonna take it.
We're gonna take it. So I'm like,
we know what to do with it. Bring it over here.
So I was like, so that's my all right. I see you, Mappa. But because Studio Wit is doing this, that's why I think I would watch it. But on the other hand, I look at Netflix and I can't help but think this is a money grab, because you have the One Piece animated series, and then you're going to reanimate the actual anime while it's actually going when we're almost done. So I feel like you're squeezing the One Piece fans. I do think it's good for getting new people on, because
I think that's what that's
probably
because it's impossible to rewatch One Piece. Some people have done it, start from the beginning and watched it, but like sometimes I do want to rewatch One Piece, but I'm like, why would I want to do that? It's gonna take forever.
Yeah, it's a good I think it's good for the rewatch. I just know that I want to finish the original series because everyone talks about the original series, and it's like, why would I?
It's not gonna have the same like charm or anything.
Can you imagine having a debate with someone about One Piece and be like, yeah, but I rewatched the One Piece and you didn't see the real. There's gonna be so many people getting into debates about One Piece when they've only rewatched the One Piece, the remake, and they're gonna do like the actually because they didn't watch the original series. I don't know.
It's like Walter White cooking like meth and somebody tried to copy him. It wasn't the real thing.
Yeah.
You didn't have the real thing.
There's gonna be so many actually arguments because they didn't watch the.
Yeah, that is true, because it's not going to be the same. As a fan of the series, I would watch it because I want to see reanimated like scenes and stuff like that. I would rather see it more with Naruto for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, because it's a more flawed series. See, to me, Naruto's a more flawed series.
That's what it is.
And the only real flaw that the fans have for the show is that it's so drawn out. Yeah. I mean, and I'm starting over, and there are also like there's some narrative choices that I'm like, oh, this is a thing I haven't seen in the anime since like the 90s. Like there's certain things that happen in the anime where I'm like, you just would not see that.
Right.
Like or you wouldn't have a theme song sound like this. But it's kind of like a time capsule. No one ever called it bad. Whereas look, the Shippuden is trash. Like, do it over.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do the whole thing over after the pain arc, rather.
Yeah.
It's trash after the pain arc, right? It's like, and the original series of Naruto, it's really good, but I would not mind seeing them redo it after the from the Rescue Sasuke arc. You know, like there's a lot.
They can make a lot of changes with Shippuden.
Yeah, and even in I would take a lot of changes, you know, from that. I don't think, even for what it is with, like, let's say Attack on Titan, I really wouldn't want them to touch anything.
Attack on Titan,
don't remake it.
Don't touch it.
It's already pretty perfect the way it is, even with the issue. Like, it's One Piece fans, I think, would agree with the original series that it's pretty perfect as is. So I think it's more for a rewatch for people who want to start over and to grab new fans, but I wouldn't recommend,
because they're gonna make a lot of money off of it. Because I think some folks want to be able to rewatch the series, and I would say just use. I wish Netflix bought like One Piece.
Yeah,
you know, and they said, "Hey, this is a more condensed version of the series." I think.
See, that would have been.
I think that
they're
would have
just
been
doing One Piece. Yeah,
just do like One Piece. But I understand they want to reanimate it so it can look better and some of the, you know, maybe improve some of the fight scenes, which I think is good. Because the only thing I can recall that did something, I think you were bringing up Hunter x Hunter, or you talking about Fullmetal Alchemist?
Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter x Hunter. They had the series in the late '90s, and they redid it in 2011, and then Fullmetal Alchemist. They had this original series in 2003, and then they had the one in 2009 to be more faithful to the manga. Yeah. Those are all really, really successful. And Brotherhood was like 60-something episodes, and Hunter x Hunter was 100 and something, and people loved them. Yeah. It didn't need to be 20. Yeah. And they each went week to week for like a few years, and it was very, very successful. So like, I'm not sure I don't know how many episodes per season the One Piece is gonna be, but I do just wonder, how long is this gonna take?
I think the cynical part to me is that it's a Netflix cash grab, and I'm like, you already have. Isn't that what? Technically speaking, the live action is a one pace type of a thing.
Right.
It's condensing everything. Mm. If you want to see a condensed version of One Piece, watch the live action version. That's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's interesting. I think a lot of people who want to rewatch the anime should watch that, but it even seems like they're going to take some liberties with how they tell the story. So
I'm just really curious how the Toei with studio thing is going to work.
How did
I was surprised that they're in collaboration with Toei Anime. I was like, they're cool with this?
Well,
you know, I'm like, Netflix, all right.
Well, so at first I was thinking, if I was Toei, I'd be like, yo, fuck out of here, right?
Yeah, I'm like, no, like, bro, I don't.
But Netflix was like, cha-ching.
It's like, we'll pay you for it.
They probably got paid a boatload of money.
I wonder if there was like something. I don't know how much Toei was involved with the live action. I don't know if there was anything in like any contractual stuff that allowed Netflix to do something like this.
They probably got just shot.
Or they just paid him like, hey.
They probably just made it rain all over the CEO of Toei. Like, because it makes no sense that. Like, you would, like, if I was Toei, just hire the animators with all the money. You know. I think Wit is a better studio. So I can understand why they want Wit to do it, but Toei, like, what are y'all doing? Like,
because people have not been happy with them for a while because how the anime has looked. That's why I just said I'm just going to read the manga and catch up. And the manga's really good still.
So that's probably it. It's probably they're probably like, we're tired of this. It's been going on forever. You know, we're just kind of this is what's keeping us afloat. Yeah, we can cash out, give it to Wit. You know, and the fans will be like, oh, we have something new to watch. It's a bit fresh. You know, and they're always gonna make money from like the Blu-rays and whatnot.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah,
But overall, like, this was something that I wanted, but I didn't think it was gonna happen now. I thought, like, okay, when the series is done, I said they're going to have to, if they want people to rewatch or to get new fans, they're going to have to do something to make this thing more watchable. I just didn't think it was going to happen as they're getting into the final arc of the series. But
maybe 10 years later after they finish it, and then...
and like maybe try to do it over again with better pacing and then not dragged out stuff.
Man, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to watch it. I want to watch the original. I am going to pick up One Piece again. Soon. I needed a break. After I do Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm gonna start again.
You gotta at least. That's why I said get through Enies Lobby. If you don't like it. If you don't like Enies Lobby, then okay, then fine.
The fan base is so on this. Are so on that I have to get at least to episode 300. So I'm gonna get back on it. But
yeah.
All right, so that's the first major Jump Festa announcement. The next one is the Chainsaw Massacre.
The Chainsaw Massacre. Didn't know it had an anime.
The Chainsaw Man Reze Arc. Now, okay, so I was doing some research, right? Even though Chainsaw Man is very, very popular, and I couldn't figure out why they want to have a second arc. What it is that the Blu-ray sales are what matter. Apparently, the streams basically make the studios nothing back. It's the Blu-ray sales. And so
it's still like DVD sales? That's the same thing happened with Family Guy, because that got canceled like a couple of times. But the DVD sales are so good they brought it back.
See, it's
so
like
I wonder if it was one of those kind of things.
Yeah, so it's like they have like the inverse problem. It's like the Blu-ray sales are the lack of Blu-ray sales is what's keeping it from getting the whole season apparently. But a workaround for that is if you put them in the movie theater, because the Reze Arc is going to be a movie.
Yeah.
They'll definitely get sales from that, and that will justify it to keep on going. Plus, the Reze Arc is apparently one of the better arcs, one of the best arcs.
Yeah.
So I'm hyped for it. I see no reason why this should not have a second season. It's still my personal favorite shonen or seinen or whatever you call the genre.
Yeah.
It's the Bomb Girl arc. I guess he's
like a love interest.
Yeah, like a new love interest. I didn't want to get too much into it because I didn't want to.
Yeah, I didn't want to read too much. I was like, okay, Bomb Girl, okay.
I don't want to spoil it.
I don't want to read too much into it.
Yeah, the most I gathered without spoiling anything, avoiding it for myself, was that it's a new love interest. It's a fan favorite arc. The trailer seemed like it had pre-animation, so it wasn't like the final animation.
Right.
You saw Denji's butt.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
They wrote ass somewhere in the trailer. I was like, so it didn't give me much. But
they were gonna bring.
Yeah, it didn't give you much, but I'm kind of hyped for it. I think we have to watch it in theaters. So
I think that might be a theatrical release.
Yeah.
Because I think the Jujutsu Kaisen movie was in theaters.
Yeah, it was in theaters.
So I think this is they're going the same route with this, but they had the first season of like Jujutsu Kaisen, then they had a movie, then they had season 2. So I'm thinking with Chainsaw Man, they're gonna have this movie and they're gonna have a season 2.
Yep.
Because part 1 has 8 arcs. So season 1 had 4 of them. Then you have the bomb arc with the movie, and then I'm guessing season 2 will finish up with the last 3 arcs of part 1, because they're already in like part 2 now in the manga.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm guessing season 2 will finish off part 1 of the series. So I'm guessing this arc doesn't require episodes. I guess they can just do it in a movie and just do it that. That's actually not a bad idea. Like let's not waste anybody's time. Let's just make a movie, and then so it can be by itself, and then we'll just continue on after that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If this is what they have to do to continue it on, I'm not sure if what that person was saying, and I'll try to link to where I was getting this information from in the comments, but if that's the way to keep the show going, then yeah, I guess do the movie. Yeah. It just confuses me when I'm watching the series.
It is. You kind of need like a chronological what you should watch in order.
Yeah, because movies normally, or in a lot of cases, like they're not canon.
No, like Naruto and One Piece, they all have like all these movies. They're just
I ain't watching that.
They're like filler stuff. You just watch just to watch them.
So I think this is going to be canon. Yeah, I'm not looking up any other information about this.
No, I'm not. Cause I'm gonna get. Yeah, you're gonna get spoiled.
Yeah,
because somebody's gonna say something.
Yeah, but as of right now, this is still my favorite series. I wanna see them move on. But other than that, the trailer, It's not even really a trailer. It's a teaser. It didn't have.
Yeah, it's like short. They don't show much. It's not like a full length feature trailer or anything like that. They're not. I don't. They don't have a release date for it yet, right? No, they said 2024.
No release date. Just 2024. So it's gonna be out next year, but there's no actual release date. Literally, all I know is that it's called the Bomb Girl Arc, and the girl in the trailer is the Bomb Girl. And I was like, okay, great. I'm gonna watch it. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know.
I'm trying to figure out like when is season 2 gonna come out then? Because I'm trying to because it'll probably be out in 2026.
See, and what do you even call it season 2? I'm like, when you have these movies that appear between seasons, I feel like you need to call it. I don't know, season 2 movie.
Yeah, it's really confusing because if you're trying to watch something like a series, you can easily not think you're just gonna jump to season 2. Like if I guess with any streaming, they're gonna have to put the movie in between the seasons.
Right.
It can't classify it as a movie because you're gonna get like fucked up and like you're gonna miss something.
Yep.
So I'm guessing that, or I hope that's what they're gonna do when they put it like these things on streaming. But it is confusing when it's not on streaming yet. It's like, okay, because we just missed it. You just
right.
Guys. I'm like, I come here and like, whatever his name.
Katsu, and it's
like, who the fuck is that? And I was like, well, I just forgot it.
I knew I was missing this, and I was like, oh, there's a movie.
Yeah.
And it's actually canon, and it is a prequel to season 2. But yeah, it's weird. It's like I wish you would just make it a season.
You know what? I was watching stupid ass Crunchyroll, and it's like season 1 episode, the season finale, season 2 episode 1.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, why? If I need to put the movie in there, so I know I need to watch the movie. Don't jump to season 2.
Crunchyroll, get it together. This is the second big like party foul. The first one was,
I just thought it was just like, ooh, a movie, and it's not kid. I'm thinking like anime movie, like yes, it's like filler. I'm not thinking to watch it because that's actually part of the story.
So Crunchyroll fail number 1. I'm watching Your Name. Spoiler alert. It says I love you in the hand, and there's no subtitles, and I just go, not realizing it's the
those subtitles are kind of weird because I was watching it on dub, and it was like the season 1. Well, I had the subtitles on, but they had the Japanese.
Yeah.
I was watching dub, but it was having the words were matching with as if they were translating for the Japanese. Version. So that was kind of annoying. And then season 2, I had the captions on, but it was like the captions. You can tell like a robot was trying to like.
Oh yeah.
Was trying to put. I'm like.
No, so yeah, my big issue with Crunchyroll right now is so Your Name. I was watching the dub. There's no subtitles for the I love you in the palm. And then now I'm going through my seasons in Jujutsu Kaisen, and you just skip over the movie.
I was
just skip
you were talking about like a movie. I was like, oh yeah, there was a movie. I just thought like, I'm glad it's part of the canon now, like what they're doing in movies. But it was just like, okay,
yep,
should have
had
a warning or something.
So far right now, between the One Piece remaster and the Chainsaw,
it was a lot of news, a lot of big stuff,
a lot of big news,
a lot of big news.
So which one was your favorite? What's your favorite news so far?
Well, since I've been watching One Piece since 2008, shockingly 9 years into the series. I was only 9 years. I was 9 years late to the party.
I'm still more hyped for a Chainsaw Man. Obviously.
I was happy that we got the announcement about that because it came out. The season 1 came out about over a year ago.
Yep.
So I was like, now's about the time. Like, all right, we got to start getting some news about like when the next thing is gonna come out. So I was happy to hear about that because we were just talking about it last week. So I'm kind of glad we got some news about that. But this thing with One Piece, it's like I'm happy about it, but I don't know. It's gonna be weird having 2 series going on at the same time. So
and you're gonna watch both of them.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Also, I should always remember to do this. Subscribe to the channel, please.
Yes, please.
And like us and follow us on Instagram and TikTok, Hidden Sound Pod. But anyways, all right. So other things from Jump Festa. They're going to have a new season of My Hero. Have you watched My Hero?
Yeah, I stopped at season 4. I watched season 4, and then I think season 5 came out, and there were some weird, stupid things that were going on. I was like, I'm not gonna watch
I watched about season 4. I really liked the first 2 arcs. The first 2 seasons, rather.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. It started dragging behind, and so I stopped watching it. But depending on the reception, I might pick it back up.
No, there was a lot of things I liked about it, but it wasn't grabbing me as much as I wanted it to.
Yeah.
Like there were some moments I really liked, but other times I was like, okay,
I think they're in need of a time jump.
Did they do one though?
Maybe.
I could be wrong. I thought.
I stopped around the third season or fourth season.
Whatever season came out in 2019 to 2020, that was the last one that I saw.
Okay.
Season I saw.
Well, so they got. I think it's season 7. So they're going to come out.
It's been out. They had a few more seasons.
Speaking of JJK or Jujutsu Kaisen, the manga's coming to an end. Which is a short run because it
when
started.
When did the manga come out?
2018. So
maybe that's how you got to do it.
That I know.
Maybe once you start talking too much, people start. What are these plot holes? You
know,
like maybe get out while you can.
I chalk it up to the I call it the Americanization of anime because the way it used to run back in my day. I'm about to age myself, but all my favorite anime would be done in 24. Like Trigun, Gungrave, like between 24 to the 48. So like all those Trigun, Gungrave, Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, they were done pretty quickly.
Steins Gate. Everything ends in 24 to 48, and then now it's just like
if you got super popular, you just with the big 3 or Dragon Ball Z, you just go for hundreds of episodes.
But those were rare though.
Yeah, those were rare. Those were rare. Yeah.
Not every anime, every shonen seems to go on forever. The big 3, I think, were the only 2 that were going on for that long, from what I remember. I mean, there's others that were doing it, but like they weren't in the zeitgeist. I feel like the ones everyone talked about, Death Note, all those, they would be done.
Yeah, they'll be done. Yeah, fairly quickly.
They wrote the story. It was a wrap, and you just went, man, I'll never see this again.
Because the longer you go, it's just like you're gonna jump the shark, or it's not gonna be as good. So maybe it's good. We're done. We started 2018. We got a good 6 years in, and we're just calling it quits, which may be a good thing.
An anime that won't call it quits. Bleach, second part of the War Arc, is coming.
I haven't seen. I will
never watch Bleach. I will. That show is so trash. I don't care if it's good now. I don't care if it's good.
I'll say. I said this in a few episodes ago because right now I only saw the first part of the War Arc, the thousand War Blood Year, has words in it. I've seen the first part, and I liked it better than I thought. I didn't like it in the manga because it was still like, just stuff about Bleach I just didn't like. But the way, I guess maybe I took a break from it and I've seen the anime, and I was like, oh, this is pretty good.
I heard it was good.
I think my issue was the story things. I felt like they should have talked about much earlier in the series, as opposed to doing Aizen stuff for like 90% of it.
Yeah.
And it was like, why couldn't you tell these things a lot sooner? Like stuff with his mom dying from a hollow and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I got to pick up the second part of the final season, and now they're starting the third one. So I liked it a little better, and I thought it was a little better than I thought it was going to be.
With the work.
Yeah.
I heard it wasn't bad. So, I just cannot.
So the manga's done.
Yeah.
So the anime, it never got the anime, so that's why they're doing that now.
Yeah.
So it'll be done soon.
I just think it's like if Naruto was the Hunger Games, Bleach is Divergent, that movie that they never finished.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
You know what I'm talking?
Yeah, I was like,
it took every part about shonens that are bad or a trope and was like, crank that up 10%.
Oh, that was that genre of like young adult like survival battle thing.
So the Divergent, they did 2 movies and they never finished. They did like a direct to streaming video movie.
Yeah, I did not like that.
That's
one.
what Bleach was to me.
Yeah,
they tried it, but it's not One Piece or Naruto, and it's all pizzazz, no substance.
I will say about Bleach though, their villains are better than Naruto's villains.
Wow.
I am not kidding. I like Bleach's villains much better than Naruto. I think Bleach's villains have more personality.
I mean, I just know I watched this episode like 50 and I just could not get
Did you really care about Conan the paper flower person?
No.
See?
No. No. But Pain was great.
And who else? Oh, Orochimaru early.
The early, what do you mean? It's Shippuden or the OG one?
The what do you mean?
It's Shippuden or the OG one?
The OG one. OG Orochimaru was better than like reincarnated.
And so was Zabuza was great. And in Shippuden, yeah.
I'll put it this way. I mean, like when Gaara was a bad guy, I thought he was pretty good. Yeah. But I think with Bleach's villains, for some reason, they're just like a lot better. I don't know why.
You're saying Bleach is good.
I think Bleach. I said the villains are good. I think some of the story things I didn't like. Like they had basically 2 rescue missions. That's all. Saving Rukia and Soul Society, and then saving Orihime and wherever that dark place was that they had the fight.
Maybe I'll pick it one day.
Like for some reason, I just like their villains a lot better. I was like, Naruto's villains are just they're good, but they're not as good.
No, I believe you because everything after Pain, I was like, what is this?
I was like, all right.
No, I have to. It's been like 10 years since I first picked up Bleach. Maybe I like it. Maybe my tastes have changed.
Yeah, that's why with the final arc, I was like, maybe I like this a little bit.
All right, maybe.
Maybe I was like, all right, cool. But so yeah, they'll be done, at some point.
All right, so there's 2 more. So Kaiju number 8 had a trailer. It's a popular manga that came out. Have you read it?
No.
It was pretty cool. Have you seen the trailer?
Wait, what is it called again?
Kaiju number 8.
I think I heard of the title.
Basically, I think the premise is monsters appear in Tokyo and there's guys who fight the monsters. I'm giving a real layman's version of what I think. I did not want to read too much into it because it was pretty interesting. And then Dadadan trailer, which it's also a pretty popular anime. Yeah. I'm sorry, manga, but the trailer came out. I know nothing about that series. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong.
I've never heard of that.
But if it picks up, I'll probably watch it. So that was most of the big things from Jump Festa. And yeah, you want the One Piece. Ugh.
Yes. I love that title so much. The One Piece. I'm already sold. Take my money. I don't care if you guys this is a cash grab. I don't care. Take what little money I have. The One Piece. Sold. So you gotta tell me no more.
So I want my goal for 2024 is to watch more of One Piece. The original.
Yeah.
So all right.
One Piece. Take all my money.
All right. So the other big topic we're doing is starter anime. All right. So I was trying to figure out how to talk about this. So everyone talks about what's a starter anime. If you have to get someone into anime. So the first question I have for you is, what was your starter anime?
Okay, hold on. Because I brought up this question because the reason why I brought it up because Kev on stage started watching Attack on Titan, and because I think he started watching it because he saw something called Blue Eyed Samurai on Netflix, and somebody said, "Oh, it's not really anime." So somebody said, "Recommend it be an anime that's just like that." People are like, "Forget all that. Watch Attack on Titan." And so I started laughing because he was getting a few episodes in. He was so confused. He was like, "Who's the villain? Who's the hero?" I was like, "Good questions, Kev."
Wait, so
good questions.
I think that's a great starter anime.
See, that's why I don't know if it is. Because I think you have to take into account the quirkiness of anime. Because Attack on Titan has some of the quirkiness, but not all of it.
I don't think it does.
So it's like when you watch Attack on Titan and then you jump to Demon Slayer, you're going to think Demon Slayer might be a little bit weird. Because they're more over the top with humor. They have those same cliche, stereotypical anime jokes and stuff like that. I see what you're saying. So it's like when you go from Attack on Titan to something that has all those cliche anime tropes, it may be kind of weird. So if you're trying to get into, so I think if like you just want to watch one anime series but you don't want to watch anything else, Attack on Titan, Cowboy Bebop, like maybe Samurai Champloo, which is probably the same thing, the same people, or like Hayao Miyazaki with or Studio Ghibli. But if you're trying to get into anime, because somebody was trying to say Naruto or Dragon Ball Z, I'm like, no, that should not.
You actually might just change my whole thought process.
That's why I said I think Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, because it's well written. The characters are really good. The Elric brothers are. I think they wrote them really well. Ed and Winry, their relationship is really good. Yeah, they have the stakes right from the jump. They try to revive their mom. It doesn't work. They lose shit in their body. in a armored tent. Obviously, it did not work, and now they're trying to get their bodies back.
Wait, so you're saying you're saying a good starter anime is an anime, not that is.
I think it depends on like what your expectations are from it. Are you just trying to watch one anime series and that's it? Like, just give me an anime series to watch. I would say Attack on Titan. But if you're really trying to I'm going to start watching anime and I want to watch more anime.
Yeah.
I think the reason why I say Full Metal Alchemist, because they have the same jokes about Ed's height. They joke about that all the time. They make the goofy faces.
The nosebleed.
Yeah. And they have like scenes like really, Brother has better fighting scenes than the original. So like they have really good fighting scenes and emotions and stuff like that you would expect from anime. And the story's really good. And it's just 64 episodes.
So basically, your definition is it's not that it's something that a person would watch and enjoy, but it's like it's also to help them understand the nuances of Japanese humor or anime humor, and because originally I was gonna say, so like Gloria from my wife, for those out there, wow, I did air quotes. No, my actual.
This is documented.
So, anyways, so when we were in college, we were dating. I got her into, I was trying to get her into anime, and I had her watch Death Note. But by her definition, that's probably not a good starter anime because it doesn't really give good expectations for other anime.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because sometimes those I'll say quirkiness or stereotypical things about anime, it's kind of like some people may not like that. It's kind of weird and it could be a little off-putting. Whereas like something like Attack on Titan is more. They have like Sasha liking to eat or Hanji being kind of goofy. It's there or. Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, right?
Yeah.
They still have those same jokes, but they're not as over the top as they were in Season 1.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's more digestible as opposed to like what you would have saw in the first season of JJK.
Yeah.
So like, if you go from Attack on Titan, oh, this is really good, to something like Pokemon, how they used to like fall on their head and stuff like that. So it's like what you would get from Attack on Titan, you may not. That's not all anime.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Okay, because I was gonna say, the answer can change depending on who you're talking to, but yeah, because you're right. Gloria saw Death Note, loved it. Mm-hmm. Hasn't watched anime since.
Yeah.
Everything else looks dumb, right?
Yeah.
I'm always banging on about Steins Gate. But the one thing I always do tell people is it is not the anime you should ever watch first. There's so many quirky anime tropes in that. Like, there's so many like meta things that happen in there.
Right.
That I don't think a person can watch it and make sense of it. They've never seen anime before. That's actually a good point. Damn, we get my whole argument. Now I'm thinking like I'm rethinking my entire. So wait, what was your first starter anime like for yourself? What did you watch?
I think we all watched like DBZ and Pokemon, but we didn't really think of that as anime.
See, I don't count that.
That's why I always say Naruto.
I would probably.
That's why I always say Naruto was like the first anime.
Yeah, okay, I would probably go with Naruto also because that was my I would probably go with that as my first one, but then. I think Attack on Titan. Yeah, if you would have to almost.
And even Attack on Titan is kind of pushing it because it's like giant humans eating people. Like your mind has to be willing to like watch something absurd.
Yeah.
To be able to like watch that. So, but like even then, I still think like So Full Metal Alchemist, I would say that would be the perfect one to watch.
Well, how about something like Your Name? You're like, no, that wouldn't be.
I would recommend Your Name for a movie. I would recommend Your Name, but I would say like there are some like I think the time switch, like the body switch time travel thing. I think that can get a little goofy for some people.
Yeah,
but I still think I would still recommend that one.
So okay, Metal Alchemist. I feel like Naruto, FMA is a good one. I used to tell people watch Attack on Titan. For anything, it's the action. Like,
see, I would be the same. I would say Attack on Titan, because I've been thinking about Attack on Titan. Just watch that.
Yeah.
But if they wanted to watch more anime, I feel I have to warn somebody. It's like it's not gonna be like this. Though I don't know how anime is going now.
Yeah.
Like how if it's gonna be the same, goofy, quirky thing.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I think things are becoming more like toned down a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's hard to go from Attack on Titan to something else because it's gonna look kind of different and maybe feel a little bit different. I don't know.
Yeah, no, because a lot of the anime shows that I watch do have there is a je ne sais quoi, if you will, of that happens in all the shows. That shows like Attack on Titan just are very are in its own category.
Exactly.
If you watch that, if you watch Death Note, you'll be looking for that again, and for 2 years. I remember watching Death Note and going, I can't watch anime right now. I remember not watching anime for 6 months. I have same thing with Steins Gate. Even though it's more anime like, I remember watching this going, I will not find this again, for a long time.
Right.
See, I have rules, right? I feel like it has to be fairly recent. It has to be an immediate start, though.
Yeah. It can't be slow.
It can't be slow. And it has to be a shonen. If you're talking to someone who is a person who's kind of into Marvel and action movies.
Right.
I feel like the thing with Attack on Titan, Death Note, there is this genre of anime that are for more, I would call it, sophisticated film students. So I think there is a genre of anime like Attack on Titan where maybe it's not like the general shonens, but there are enough anime nowadays where I can point, okay, if you don't want to watch the goofy stuff, watch this, and this. Yeah. But I don't know. It's an interesting take.
Because I don't know if that's too, for me, if it's too broad or not. Because I can point someone to not those goofy kind of anime. I can stick to hey, well, here's something more serious or more mature or something like that. But in a way, it's you have this one anime that kind of encompasses all those things, those series, something that starts off fast, they can't revive their mom and they lose their bodies and now they're trying to get it back, immediately. Attack on Titan, Aaron's mom dies. Yeah. All right, cool. It's a good jumping off point to make you invested early on.
Actually, Fullmetal Alchemist, the original series, I think, is the second show I got into after Naruto.
Oh yeah, that came out 2003.
Yeah, I think I saw that next. Which I still maintain the first 15 episodes to me, the first 20 episodes of the original Fullmetal Alchemist are better paced.
Yeah,
and better action. And that got me stuck in the show. Whereas in Brotherhood, they condensed it into 10, and I couldn't unsee it because it was kind of recent. But both series I think are really good.
Yeah, I think with that I think they just assumed y'all watched the first one, and they just kind of that's what I've been thinking about the early Fullmetal. Because I was like, what the heck? And then once they got to the places in the manga that they didn't do in the original, that's when they kind of all right,
they slowed it down.
They slowed it down.
Yeah, Fullmetal Alchemist I think though is a good starter anime. Have you gotten anyone to anime?
Have I gotten anyone to anime?
Successfully?
Not really. I tried to get my girlfriend onto it.
Girlfriend.
Because Attack on Titan, I swear to you, I was watching the first episode. She's not really, she's just watching it. She's not really looking at me. And it was when Aaron's mom gets and the episode ends, she turns to me. That was violent. I was like, you don't want to watch the next one? I promise no one else dies.
I tried sounding like it's the Game of Thrones of anime. That was getting nothing.
Yeah,
I made an episode 7, and then
which one?
Attack on Titan for
yeah.
I heard episode 7. It's just another thing I and maybe this is a future episode, but I don't like the dubs in Attack on Titan that much, and I don't like them that much. I think good dubs matter a lot when you're showing someone an anime, and I feel like it doesn't always capture the anime-ness. There's just certain things, like when I watch Family Guy, right, or something like that, I can tell it's being written for like an English-speaking audience.
Right.
When I'm watching anime with dubs on, a lot of it just does not sound right to me in English. Like a lot of the...
Is it that... Are you watching the Japanese version first and then watching the dubs, or are you watching the dubs first?
I watch...
Because now I've been watching more of the dubs first, so I have nothing to compare it to. So it's like, oh, I think Bryce Papenbrook, who plays Aaron, I think he's doing a really great job. I'm not comparing it to anything. I'm like, okay, this is what it is.
Here goes a hot take. I think what it is that I don't like watching shonen with the dubs on.
I'll say this.
You're just like,
I'll give you this. Sometimes it doesn't work with the humor.
That's what
That's where it doesn't work as well, because it's so like about visually, it doesn't match sometimes with
exactly
with an English.
Exactly. I do not think the dubs work.
That's where I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. Everything else, I'm pretty much fine with.
Yeah, I mean, even like some of the big monologues in season 1 of Attack on Titan, watching it in English, were a bit more cringe to me.
You know, somebody at my job like years ago, when I was actually first starting to watch My Hero.
Yeah.
Because I was posting about it on Instagram, and this guy at my job who follows me, he was like, "Oh, you watching My Hero?" I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Do you watch like the sub or the dubs?" And I was like, "Oh, I've been watching the dubs." And he was like, "Oh, you gotta watch the subs because All Might."
Yeah, you have to watch that in the subs.
Oh, why wasn't?
LOLs.
Because he says with All Might in the Japanese version, it's more deep.
Yeah.
Though I like the voice actor who plays him. Who does he play? He plays somebody else from another anime. I can't remember. I thought he did a really good job as All Might, but I was like, I didn't listen to the sub, so I'm like, oh, this is just All Might.
It's not even that it does a better or job or good or not. It's that the character of All Might
fits better. It's a better fit than the American version.
But no, the thing with All Might, and he's saying American words, which makes it funny. Like, it to me, like I don't. It probably, I mean, I'm sure it sounds funny in the dubs, but like I remember him doing like his smashes and just saying random states. I just thought that was the funniest thing. Like I don't know. And maybe it's just because I've mostly watched the subs. I like them better, though. For a lot of high budget things, I will watch it in English. Like, I think Your Name, I watched it in English. I think the acting was spot on.
Maybe like Miyazaki Studio Ghibli. Yeah, you probably watch that, and that's going to be most likely really, really good.
Like Naruto, no, I just watched it in the subs.
Oh, I'm all dubs.
Oh my god,
I love the dubs.
I can't watch. Yeah, I don't think I can watch.
I still think
Steins Gate. I watched it in English. I think it's a fantastic
because I think the whole thing with dubs versus subs, that's been like carried out from like when the dubs were really bad early on, like in the 90s. And
it depends. It just depends. Yeah,
it's gotten a lot more sophisticated and a lot better, and they kind of like locked it down a lot better now. But I'm like, the dubs are like, I'm like, guys, the dubs are really good.
The Steins Gate dub is fantastic. Your Name's dub was fantastic. I was indifferent to the Attack on Titan one. Because like I just felt like Levi sounded so much cooler in the subs.
Attack on Titan cast, I appreciate you. If you're watching.
No, I think they did a good job. I'm mostly, I'll default to subs, but sometimes maybe it's when
because it's a Japanese show, so it kind of course when you have the Japanese actors, it just kind of fits a lot better than when you try to put the American or English voices on it.
Even Aaron's roar in Attack on Titan is different. Like when he's doing it's different.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
And that is when I said nope. I went back. I'm gonna double check and take this part out if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure. When I watched it in the first season, we were watching it in dubs. When I was watching it with Gloria, when Aaron came out as a Titan, like he was. I remember going, wait, why does his voice sound weird? Like his Titan voice, his roar was different because they have it. I think they make his roar to match the actor's voice, I think. And I was
like did like some like modulating or something like that?
Yeah, but they do it to the actor's voice.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope. Nope. Not my roar, not my Aaron. But yeah, no. All right, so we went off on a tangent, but okay, so starter anime, you're going with
I'm going Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I think that's the way.
That's probably the answer. I'm gonna go on
because I think honestly, I think Brotherhood is probably one of the more balanced anime I've seen.
Yeah,
where it's like I think all the characters are good. I think it's after the first 10 episodes, the pacing is good. The acting is I really love the acting, the voice acting.
I just feel like Attack on Titan though, man, has just gotten a lot of people into anime.
I mean, if it is, that's good. I think that's good if it is. I just think that Full Metal Alchemist has the expectations of what anime is.
Yeah,
I think that would be the way to go, unless anime is changing to not be so anime as we're used to. But I still think Brotherhood's really good. I haven't watched it in a while. I think it's great.
I need to watch it again. What's not a good starter anime? One Piece.
No.
Lord have mercy. I'm still going.
If you got time, then watch One Piece. You know what? I think for some folks, I would definitely say if I would think about a movie and think about Studio Ghibli and the Miyazaki films. I think that's
Studio Ghibli is a good starter anime studio.
Yeah, it's like, dude, like because they're well received. Like a legendary films like Princess Mononoke and all those and those like The Boy and the Heron just came out and stuff.
We gotta watch that.
If you just want to like recommend a movie to somebody that's an anime, then I would say, hey, Hayao, like a Miyazaki film or something like that. But to get into anime, it can't be a Miyazaki film. I don't think it can be.
Because even when I watch them, it's still different. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, we'll end on that note. But yeah, all right. Well, that wraps this episode. Next episode, we're actually gonna do Jujutsu Kaisen.
We're almost finished.
And I'm hoping I don't get canceled for my opinions on that show, which I think is good. I think it's a good show.
I was getting ready to flame after season 1. I was like, I cannot.
Yeah, the season 1 was fine. It was just like,
I was like, okay,
we'll get into it. Season 2 has cranked it up. It's a lot better. But we'll do Jujutsu Kaisen next episode. That'll probably take the entire episode. I have a lot to say about it.
Yeah, there was a lot to it. We could just gotta watch.
And then probably other anime news. Maybe I'll watch some more One Piece.
I keep saying that. One episode, every episode, I'm gonna watch some more.
If I finish Jujutsu Kaisen,
because you're almost done with it.
Depending on how the movie goes, I might rewatch season 2. I might start over.
Yeah,
But
I hope that's not the case for me.
I gotta see.
I'm already like 10 episodes into the season. I'm hoping I have to start over.
Because I really want to like this. I do not like making hot takes just to make hot takes.
Yeah.
And like, if everyone was like, it's the greatest series of the year, and I'm like, I just want to.
It would not be good if we did not watch the movie.
Yeah.
About, did you see the movie? Did you see the movie? Did
right.
you see them? Like, no.
But I want to make sure that my take is what I really feel, and I'm not, because I know. If I have anything other than this anime is great, I'm gonna get flamed.
Yeah.
Oh, let me just watch the movie and then start season 2 over again before I get canceled. Yeah. And our whole entire channel gets shut down with
and running from JJK fans.
I know.
Oh my god.
But anyways, that is Hidden Sound Pod episode 4. Follow us, hit like and subscribe. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
See ya.
Bye.
Next week.